Well, hello and welcome everyone, all the people, to tonight's Q&A webinar. We appreciate you being here and tapping in. If you're watching the recording of this, thank you for clicking and getting more information. Tonight is all about giving information about our community reporting fellowship program that we have here at Lede, New Orleans, and giving an overview of that program and how to apply, and going through some of the basics of that. So without further ado, we'll just jump over this and talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to do a quick intro with myself and my co-founder, Ijaz Mason, who is on the call today as well. We'll give a quick intro to Lede, New Orleans and what we're all about. Then we'll overview the fellowship program, what you need to know about that. We'll give some details on the application process, and then we'll leave some time for Q&A. All in all, we should breeze through this pretty quickly. All right. So before we move forward, I did want to give a quick intro of our co-founders here of the organization. Ijaz, do you mind starting out introducing yourself?
Sure. What's up, everybody? My name is Ijaz Mason. I am a co-founder of Lede, New Orleans, and I am the acting program director of this program. I am a career filmmaker and educator. I've been in the movie / multimedia journalism industry for the past 10 years, and there's still so much more to come. Jen?
Thanks, Ijaz. And I am Jen Lorino. I am co-founder, executive director of Lede, New Orleans. I am a journalist, a print journalist by background. I have been working in the New Orleans area as a local journalist for, 11 years now, so I'm dating myself. But most recently, I was at the Times-Picayune, where I reported on business beats, as well as helped manage our breaking news and crime team. And a lot of the things I learned there and some of the challenges I saw there really helped inform what is now Lede, New Orleans and this program. I have a big passion for community news and informing our communities in an equitable way, and would love to be a resource to you as you explore journalism and even documentary work with Ijaz.
I didn't know we were doing like passions and all of that type of stuff. So,
what are your passions?
I'm passionate about this too, everyone. So I'm a New Orleans native, and growing up, I didn't have a whole lot of direction with my life. I didn't have many mentors or people who, gave back to young people like myself and showed us different career pathways and things of that nature. And after several years of messing around and trial and error, I kind of accidentally fell into the film industry, and I realized that I just absolutely loved it. My passion is educating the next generation of potential filmmakers, journalists, multimedia content creators, and just showing them what this career could be and how to do this type of work, so that they don't have to, fool around for years and years and years trying to find something to do with their life.
Yes, you're very good at it, Ijaz, too. To which I would say I am not a New Orleans native. I've lived here for 11 years. I moved here for a job in 2010, but this is home. All right, so let's give a little background on Lede, New Orleans, what we're all about before we jump into some of the nitty-gritty of the fellowship and what that's all about. So Lede, New Orleans is a nonprofit organization that trains local youth to tell the stories of marginalized communities in and around New Orleans. We are a nonprofit, and we were founded in 2019. And our work really specifically supports Black, Brown, Latinx, Asian, and LGBTQ plus youth, and specifically ages 18 to 25 for our fellowship program. So we have a very targeted group of folks that we work with in our city. And we're all about learning by doing here. We spend some time sitting and learning in our newsroom, but really what we are about is putting you out into the field and letting you learn by doing. Anything you want to add to that, Ijaz?
We're really, really awesome. I'm just saying.
Ijaz is the modest, humble one.
No, Jen's absolutely right. The best way to learn that I've discovered in this industry is to actually do the work. And so we spend a large majority of our instructional time preparing our young people to actually go out and do the work, and then empowering them to actually get the work done. And that, teaching them how to, set up microphones on set, how to set up cameras and a 3-point camera shoot, 3-point lighting setup, how to interview, how to conduct an interview as the director, as the person asking the questions. We really give them a full view of all the basics of what it takes to do this type of multimedia journalism work.
Yeah. To build on what Ijaz is saying, we have several areas of programming that we do. We do have media skills workshops, which some of you might have taken part in the past. And these are kind of one-off, free and open to the public experiences where you can learn digital media and journalism skills. Then we also have our reporting fellowship. This is just a snapshot from our Spring 2021 session, where we bring young people and professionals together to produce equitable, community-driven media. Then we also produce content as a result of our fellowship and other activities that we do. This is a snapshot from Lead Voices, one of our video profile series that profiles young creators and change makers of color in our city. This is Brie Anderson. So why do we do this? We do this work because of this number right here, 77%. That's the share of US newsroom workers. So these are people who are working in newsrooms, reporters, editors, people making decisions about the news that we see every day and the media we consume. 77% of those people identify as white. And this is from the Pew Research Center just a year ago. So there's not a lot of diversity in our newsrooms. But what we know about our city is that local voices here in New Orleans and really across the country, but especially here in New Orleans, are diverse and nuanced. And our local news should reflect that. So that's what we do here and why we do this. So let's talk a little bit about the fellowship, which is why you're here. Hopefully you're interested and have already started your application. But if you're new to this, we're going to walk you through everything that you need to know. So a little bit about the fellowship itself. The fellowship is a 14-week training experience. The fall 2021 program will run from September to December. You'll be working with a small cohort of peers to learn multimedia skills and do project-based work. Within our focus is as Ijaz was saying earlier, our focus is on journalism and documentary video type skills and learning the basics of that, and then turning around and applying that to reporting projects that we do in our community. That includes a themed reporting project, which we're still thinking of what the theme will be for fall 2021. If you have ideas, let us know. But that is essentially a project where you are given the topic. We go out into the community, we learn about it, and we report stories and solutions and information around that theme. So for example, our Spring 2021 reporting fellowship focused on the return from online class to in-person classes in K through 12 education in and around New Orleans. So they talked to teachers, they talked to students and families, they talked to social workers about what that experience was like. And of course, we want to see you have published work at the end of this fellowship. We want you to create and make things and share them with the world. And we want that work to be community driven and equitable, meeting the needs of our community. So what do you get as a fellow? Well, you get training. You get coaching, cash, equipment, community. To delve a little bit more into each of these with training, we have weekly sessions where we learn about an essential media skill that you will be applying in your project work. For this particular fellowship, you will be asked to commit 6 hours a week to training and learning and in the field work. In addition to that, you get coaching from professionals in the field, not just Ijaz and myself, but also other professional coaches that we have and bring onto our staff. Cash is always nice, right? For the fall 2021 fellowship, the stipend is $1,000 for completing the 14-week program. That will be paid in installments throughout the fellowship as you complete your projects, and that is to support you as you do this work. We also offer transportation assistance for those who need that. Equipment, we have video editing software and computers in our newsroom. We have a newsroom at the New Orleans Career Center in the 7th Ward. We have cameras, we have lighting, we have audio equipment. All of that is what professionals use, and you will be getting experience learning. Do you want to jump in on any additional details on that, Ijaz? Because you're more of the equipment guy.
Yeah, like I said before in my intro, I am a career educator, and one of the main things I love and I really appreciate about what we do here with Lead is we understand that learning, especially this type of learning, is a privilege that not everyone is afforded. Some people simply cannot afford to take time out of their schedules, take time off work, take time away from their children, if that may be the case, to learn this type of work, in spite of how much they might want to learn it. And so we really try to meet people halfway. We respect everyone's schedule. We try to work with people given their schedule. We try to choose times for instruction that are normally most people are going to be free around those times. We pay people to learn. It's not a full-time job or anything like that, but we do pay people to learn. We, in some cases, provide transportation to different people. We want to make this accessible to as many people as possible. And we know that that comes with a lot of other things than just offering this program. And I love that about us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're really trying to strike the balance between a rigorous program, but also one that opens access to the people we need, the voices we need in our media. That is why you're going to be, if you are selected for the program, you're going to be assaulted by surveys because we want to know how you would improve this program. We also engage our alumni around that work. So I'm glad you brought that up, Ijaz. Which brings me to the last bullet, which is community. Being a part of this fellowship brings you into this fold of incredible people. A few of them on this slide here that have gone through this process, that have learned and been in your shoes, and that you can ask questions of, you can tap into, you can learn from. A few of these folks are working in film or freelance writing and have knowledge to share. I will jump back to this previous slide because to give you a sense of what some of our work looks like in action. This is a snapshot from one of our Lead Voices sets. This is part of the work that you do as a fellow and assisting us in producing our Lead Voices interviews and on-camera work. And this is a snapshot from fall 2020 when we had an interview with Compton 3, the art toy maker. So how do you apply? That is super simple. You go to our website, www.leadnola.org/fellowships. From there, you will see a full rundown of everything, probably more detailed that I'm talking about tonight, as well as a link to the application itself. Please note that this is a Google form, so you will need to complete it in one go without having the ability to save it. To help you with that, we have on that same page, fellowships, a preview of our application that's in a Google Doc. So you can see all of the questions in one go, prepare your answers, have everything ready to go before you submit it. To give you an idea of what the application itself covers, we have questions about background and identity, because identity is a big aspect of what we do here at Lede New Orleans and trying to boost diversity, equity, and inclusion in media. We do ask about that. We do want to know a little bit about your education and your experience. Again, it's not necessary to have experience in journalism or film to do this work. We just want to know where you're coming from and where you're meeting us at. We also ask questions about your transportation and tech access. So do you have a laptop, cell phone, anything that we might need to help out with and meet you with resources there. We also have short response questions. I believe it's actually 3. I might have had an error there. But these are just to get a sense of how you think and engage with your community and some of the things that you're interested in talking about. I'll talk a little bit later about resources around writing. If that's something that you'll need a little help with, we definitely want to help you out with that. And then to cap everything off, we have you send in a 1-minute selfie video. Don't need to get fancy with this. You can literally turn your phone around and just introduce yourself to us. We found these to be really helpful for our selection panel and all the people, the volunteers that work with us to review your applications and just getting to know you a little bit better.
Yes, we are not interested. Well, I'm interested to see what your skills are, but we're not
no editing needed.
How well you edit. That's what we teach you how to do. You just want to see your face.
Right. we just want to see it. About those resources, we do want to help if you need help. So let us know. We have an editing hotline that's actually open anytime you need help with writing. But you can email leadneworleans@gmail.com with your essays and short responses for the application and get feedback. I will say the deadline to submit answers for that will be next Wednesday, August 11th. So keep that in mind, that we need time to review your answer. We also, you can talk one-on-one with me. I am here to help you out. I have a click here to schedule. I know you can't click there to schedule, but my email is always open, jen@ledenola, LEDE, nola.org. You can email me and we can arrange a time to talk if you have questions. We also have the application preview on the website, as I said, and then we'll be recording this. We are recording this Q&A webinar, and we'll have this posted on our website as well if you need to go back and reference any information here. All right. Last but not least, what is the timeline for moving forward? So applications went live on July 14th. They will close August 15th, 2021 at 11:59 p.m. No exceptions. Sorry, if you turn it in at 12:01, you're out. So please respect that deadline and get those applications in. We'll be conducting interviews from August 20th to 26th. And then on August 27th, we'll be extending our final offers and notifying everyone who applied of our final decisions. And then if you are selected to join the fall 2021 cohort, your fellowship will begin on September 1st with a virtual orientation. So a pretty quick turnaround. We're going to be jumping into it pretty quickly. But I love this slide because it has one of my favorite photos from our last session. And this is in our newsroom. Everybody happy and smiling at the end of last session. If you have questions, let us know. I'm going to stop recording here and we'll move into the Q&A section.